All right. I started the recording.
Hello, my name is Yannick Duyon, and I am here with VuTech, and we're here to present to you some sessions about how to handle your money. So this is the first of our sessions. We're going to be talking about financial literacy. And in this session for financial literacy, I'm going to discuss things about budgets, about taxes, and saving money. We're going to talk about how to make a budget, a few things about taxes and your earnings, and some little tips about saving money so you keep more of your money. Some basic practices about keeping more of your money. First, to carry a small amount of cash. When you don't have a whole lot of cash with you, you won't be tempted to spend it quite as much. So that can help for many things. Another basic practice is to keep your money out of sight. You don't want to accidentally drop your money, lose your money. You don't want other people to really see exactly what you have. And another thing is to count your change. After you've made a purchase, make sure you count your change. The receipt that you receive is also important, but check it before you leave, because after you've gone out, it's going to be very difficult to see if there had any problems had come along. Mistakes happen. You don't want the mistake to be something that will cause you to lose money. First, we're going to talk about budgets. Benjamin Franklin had said, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So you need a plan. You need to be prepared for what you're going to do so that you can keep more of your money and handle your money in the best way for you. An important part of that is having a budget. And a budget sounds perhaps difficult to some people, but it is really very basically a plan of how much money is coming in, your income, and how much money is going out, what you are spending. To make this kind of a plan, a suggestion is to examine what you buy. Separate what you buy into the categories of wants and needs. The things you need are food, clothing, shelter, and to pay for obligations, whatever responsibilities are already yours. Everything else is a want. A recommendation for how to do your budget is the 50-30-20 plan. This is a goal. It is difficult for some people to arrive, but it is a good idea. It is a goal for those who are able to accumulate money. And perhaps it is something that you could gradually work toward implementing in your life. The 50-30-20 plan simply says that 50% of what you have, you will use for your living expenses, for your home, for your food, for your utilities. 30% is what you spend because it's your choice. You don't have to have it, or maybe you don't have to have it right at that time. And then the goal of saving 20% for what you're going to do in the future, perhaps for buying a home, buying a car, improving your education, taking care of your children's education, what you're going to do in retirement. That 20% also for paying off any debt so that you remove that kind of obligation from your life. An example of how this 50-30-20 plan works, if someone had $1,000 a month, this is $1,000 they take home after taxes. $500 would go toward paying rent, electricity, gas, water, other things for the home. $300 for clothing, for transportation, maybe paying for your phone bill, maybe some cosmetics. You need to buy soap and shampoo and things like that. Maybe gifts you give occasionally, donations that you give. And $200 for savings and for your debts. This is a goal. It is suggested that you work toward that gradually if you're not ready to do it immediately, but it will certainly make you handle your money in a way that will let you achieve your goals, arrive at a more comfortable place in your life. So that's about budgeting. Second category I want to talk about is taxes. If somebody receives a paycheck, they're going to receive something that looks a little bit like this. I made this up so that you can get an idea of what's going on. Someone has worked for a company, for a business, they will receive their payment with a check stub. Even if your money is deposited directly to the bank, you do have the right and you should be receiving a paycheck stub. So on the stub, it will show your name. Here it says Ann Martin, Social Security number. Always necessary because the amount that you are receiving is also being reported to the government. The stub shows how much you're earning, what the pay rate is per hour, perhaps per week, per month, and the date that you are receiving this particular check. Also note on here that this person is paying $30 in federal income tax. This has been abbreviated because federal income tax is a little bit long. Federal income tax may be refunded to you, but that's not the way that everybody is going to have things happen. Maybe a portion will be refunded, but it may be that all of the money paid in income taxes remains with the government to provide for our schools, our roads, our military, healthcare, and many, many, many other categories. In addition to the income tax that you are paying, there's also going to be payments that you make that are called the FICA payments. FICA payments are for Social Security and for Medicare. On this stub, it's showing $6 to Social Security and $3 for Medicare. That money will not come back to you after you retire or after you are no longer working. Perhaps some of this will be returned to you, but they will not be returned to you in an automatic way at the end of the year, the way some income tax refunds are given back to you. So in this paycheck, this person has earned a gross pay, $300, but the net pay, what the person actually receives, is $250 because federal income tax had to be paid, Social Security had to be paid, Medicare had to be paid, and state income tax had to be paid. People are sometimes surprised when they get their paycheck and it's not showing as much as they thought. We do have to pay the government because that's how we receive the services that we also want to be receiving. So we've talked about budgets, talked about taxes. I want to talk a little bit about saving money. To save money, you need to be a wise consumer. So decide when you are making a purchase. Is it a need or is it a want? How often will I use it? If it's something that you use very rarely, you got to decide, is it really worth spending the money on it for now? Also choose, is it going to be something that is going to last me a long time? Is it something that is of good quality? Sometimes it's better to pay a little bit more, but have something that will last, that you will be able to use for a long time. If you have to replace it very soon and the price was low, you're actually paying again, and it was not a good purchase for you. And watch out to see if there are any extra costs. If you're buying something online, they might be shipping. If you're buying most things other than food and medicine, in some places clothing, there are going to be taxes on it. So the amount that it says on the price tag may not be the full amount that you're going to pay. If you're buying some kind of machinery or electronic, very often it's a good idea to get a warranty for extra time. You have to decide, do you want, is it worth paying for an extra warranty? Another thing about saving money and having more of your own money is to decide how you're going to do that. you want more money, the two main ways of doing it are to earn more or to save more. And saving more is a lot easier than finding ways to earn more. So keeping more of your money, when you're thinking about what you have to buy when you're getting food, suggestions that are made is to have a list. Before you go out shopping, have a list. Take a look around. Make sure you're not going to buy something that's already in your home. Use ads, use coupons. You can save quite a bit of money. My favorite way of saving money at the store are called BOGOs in my area. Buy one, get one. So each week, there are a few items that you can get one, and the store will give you another one at absolutely no cost. Another is to buy generic. Buy the brand name of that particular store instead of a brand name that has a lot of advertising and therefore increases the cost. For some things, you may not like it so much, but for others, save yourself a little bit of money. In your home, to save money, one way that really seems very simple is to unplug what you're not using. Maybe even unplug your TV at night when you've gone to bed. Unplug your microwave. A few cents here, a few cents here, a few cents here. It begins to add up, and you're saving money, keeping more of your own money. Save water. Don't let yourself run the water for a long, long time while you're not using it. Save water by also taking shorter showers. Teaching your family members not to waste water. Again, you're going to pay a little bit less each month if you're doing that. Even if you are a renter and your electricity and your water are included in your monthly rent, do remember that the landlord is more likely to raise your rent year after year if the price of electricity and the price of water seem to be very high. And my last little suggestion here is to repair and recycle. Don't buy something new if you can fix what you have. Maybe you'll have to buy it after a while, but you're saving your money before you do have to replace something. Recycle items. See what you can use several times instead of having to buy new things. So for using your money, we've talked today about some tips of not carrying too much cash, making a budget so you have a plan and you work toward your goal that you can save more money and achieve the things you want. We talked about paycheck stubs, being able to read what you have earned, what had to be subtracted from your paycheck, and what you will receive when all the subtractions are done. And we talked about being a wise consumer, saving a little money in your shopping, saving a little bit of money in your home. Next time, I'm going to have some more ideas about financial literacy, how to keep more of your money. Next time, I'll be talking about bank accounts, about credit, and about debit. So we'll see you again the next time. This has all been brought to you by VuTech. Look at us on the web at VuTech.world. Thank you.